Hi, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time where which you're connecting with us live this lovely morning. In continuation of our series on project management, you recall for those people who have been following us, we started a series on project management and we treated what is a project, the uniqueness of a project, and then the advantages of using a formal project management. You can have that in subsequent videos. But today we'll be treating on the triple constraints in project management. The triple constraints in project management. One of the triple constraints in project management is known as scope. The second one is known as time, and then the third is known as cost. Those are the triple constraints in project management. Number one, the scope. Number two, the time. And number three, the cost of your project. So when I mean the scope of the project, I simply mean that what is your project designed to achieve? What is your project designed to achieve? So for example, let's go into the construction industry. Probably you want to build a 4-bedroom bungalow. That is the scope of a project. Witness scenarios where someone wanted to build a bungalow and probably he started building and he had access to some extra funds and he decided and said, oh, I want to turn this bungalow into a duplex. That means he's trying to change the scope of the project. So the scope of the project simply means what you are trying to achieve. Number two, the time. Now, every project has a time limit, and you will agree with me when we define what a project is. We said that a project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to accomplish a unique purpose. Now, when we said a project is a what? Is a temporary endeavor. That means there's a time frame. That means there's a time limit for you to achieve your project deliverable. As such, that the second constraint in project management is known as time. We talked about the scope, what the project is designed to achieve, and then how long will it take you to execute a 4-bedroom bungalow if, peradventure, you have all the funds needed to execute the project? So, let's say the cost of erecting the structure is 50 million naira, for example, and you have the 50 million naira. The project manager should be able to assign the time frame, having considered all risk factors in the project. It should be able to tell you, oh, in the next 2 months, in the next 3 months, in the next 4 months, this project would be achieved. And the third constraint in project management is known as the cost. Every project has its cost analysis. And so this is what a project manager helps you do on your project. The project manager is expected to help you manage your funds, help you manage your money such that we are achieving the same desired result but considering the least possible budgeting. And so note that the three constraints in project management are: number one, the scope of the project, what the project is designed to achieve. Number two, the time at which the project should be executed. And then number three, the cost of the project. So it is a project manager's duty to balance these three competing goals. It is my duty as a project manager to come on your project, to come on your site, to help you manage the scope of your project. So I sit down with you and I ask questions about what you want to achieve on your project. And that's the scope of the project. And then I won't factor out so many things, and then we come up on the conclusion board and we decide to say this and this and this is what we want to achieve, the scope of the project. Now let me quickly say this, that Because many times, especially in the building industry, many times we have failed to analyze in detail the scope of the project. We've had issues between clients and engineers. We've had issues with clients and engineers. So the clients just come up and said, okay, fine, this is what I want to achieve. All right, let me just quickly say something. That I did a piece yesterday on a 4-bedroom bungalow that the woodwork was being executed. On the main plan of the project, the height for the roofing was dotted for 25 feet. But when the owner of the project came around and said, oh, 25 feet, can we make it 26 feet? Can we make it 26 feet? And then after we considered several factors, we came into conclusion and said, okay, fine, we could make it 26 feet. Understanding the scope of the project. As such, if the project manager has not sat down with you, the client, then that means there's room for chaos, there's room for issues between the client and the engineer. Number two, the time factor at which the project should be executed. Timing has been a major problem between clients and engineers or project team, as the case may be, especially in this part of the world where levity is taken at will, where a project team member just feels that, oh, probably because I have other jobs to execute, then your job can still stay for a while. And so what I do as a project manager is that I sign a contract deal with every of my project team members, being the carpentry guy, being the welding guy, being the plumber guy, being the tiler guy, being the POP guy. So as soon as the project is awarded, or before the project is awarded, we sit down and then we ask questions. How long will it take you to fix the POP? And then the POP guy says, oh, it's going to take us 2 weeks. All right. Then, as a project manager, I assign extra 2 days to them. 2 weeks and 2 days. Apparently 16 days. At the end of the day, I come up with what? I come up with a proper schedule analysis to ensure that the project owner understands bit by bit how the project it is being executed. And lastly, the cost of the project. This is where every project owner has interest. They want beautiful projects, but at the same time, they pay so much attention on the cost analysis. And right here, it has really rendered so many project owners run away from their projects, probably because they negotiated with an engineer that to execute this project is 5 naira, for example, and the engineer is saying no, it's 8 naira. But the project owner tries to find a cheaper rate, and at the end of the day, gets someone to do it at a cheaper rate, but at a very lower quality. But this is what a project manager do, and this is what I would do for you on your site. That because I have a network of reliable project team members, as such, that would help you manage the cost of your project, and at the same time we would achieve the desired result as expected. So don't forget that as you're planning your project, there are 3 things that are very key. 3 things that are very key. And these 3 things are constraints in every project, be it the real estate industry, be it agriculture, name any project. These are the 3 main constraints. Number 1, the scope of your project. What are you trying to achieve? Number 2, the time at which the project would be executed. And number 3, the cost of your project. As a project owner, expected to spend so much on your project, I know you would not want your money to probably go the other way around, wherewith you would not be pleased with how the money is being spent. And this is why you need the services of a project manager, not just a project manager, a reputable project manager with experience on the field. And so if you desire to build a structure right here in Nigeria, in Edo State, kindly do well to contact us on 07063151558. And don't forget 07063151558. My name still remains Victor Oliseh. And please do well to subscribe on our YouTube channel and tune on the what? The notification button. Thank you.